Okay, so the code for this one is, wait.
Oh, no, you're good.
It's 835 22 63 8063. Yeah. And there's no code. There's no other like extra passcode. Okay. There's, I found you. Hello.
Meeting ID one more time.
Yeah. 835 2263 8063. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah, we're doing great. It's gonna be a great workshop.
Yep.
It's gonna be so short, so it won't take up people's time.
Yep. You're right. Short is.
Am I the way to the room?
Oh. Continue.
All right, perfect. And I'll mute my. Hello, hello for those that are hopping on. I am starting the live on Facebook in just a second. We're gonna take the next 10 to 15 minutes to get everybody settled in. Tiff is all ready to go for you guys. Tiff is one of the artists we're working with today. So let's just all relax for the next 10 to 15 minutes. If you wanna share something like how excited you are, feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi. Thank y'all for signing up. We're going to get started in a few minutes just to breathe for a moment. We had a little bit of like last minute personal situations going on with Yasmin, so it's just going to be me today, and it's going to be good.
All right, some technical difficulties, but we're working on it. Thank you, Aaron and Dayana, right? Hopefully I said your name right, but thank you so much for participating and coming in with us. Okay. She's going, she's going, she's going. This is fabulous. You remember High School Musical too?
Got into it.
No, I mean, I used to be all into it. I don't know, man. There's something about it. This is my entire childhood. It's going. And I'm gonna try to go live on YouTube as well and see how that works.
Okay.
Alicia said she couldn't do it, but she did it through her phone. So we'll try to do it on my laptop as well and see how that goes. But you know, we have about 10 minutes until we get started. We already have someone else in the waiting room right now. Her name's Ava. Ava Simpson. Hello. She is coming in. All right. We are live from Facebook. All right, so it doesn't give me the option to go live in multiple platforms. So just Facebook then, and then we'll upload the recording on YouTube.
Okay.
So.
Whatever works.
All righty, so we are live on Facebook. So for those that are Facebook that are watching, hello, my name is Davina. I am one of the Chai Core artists. Oh my God, artists. It's been a long day and it's hot out there. If you've been anywhere outside today and you're in the San Joaquin area, drink water. It is hot out and it's extremely hot in this in Hatch as well. But I'll go ahead and mute myself so that Tiffany can introduce herself.
Hi, y'all. Thank you for signing up. My name's Tiffany. My preferred pronouns are she, her, and they. And I'm going to show you guys how to make inks and paint from natural materials. So I don't know how many of you were able to get the kits that I assembled at where was it? The Catalyst, yes. Yeah. So everything that I included in those kits were things that you could forage locally. I included, I'll just go over real quick what I included. I included some of these. They're called oak galls. They grow on oak trees. And they're sometimes people call them like oak apples too. But if you don't know what they are, they're round little growths that grow on oak trees when there's like a wasp infestation going on. And these grow around the larvae to kind of the tree's defense mechanism. And they're super loaded with these molecules. They're called tannins. And they react really in a really interesting way when you add iron to them. And it makes like a really dark ink. They've been making ink from oak galls since like medieval times. So it's a really tried and true way to get ink. What else? Oh, I also included acorn caps in the kits. I don't have any with me today, but those are also loaded with tannins, and they end up producing like a really silvery, like brown ink. It's like iridescent almost. It's really interesting. And I also, in the kits, I included some vine charcoal that I made. So I don't know if you guys could see them in this camera. Yeah. I made these from grapevines. My friend had a grapevine that they were trimming back, and I was like, hey, let me have those. And he's like, sure. And you could totally, you could draw with these as they are, and you can also crush them into a fine powder to make another kind of black ink. It's really cool. Show y'all how nice they draw. Okay, but yeah, they're super nice and smudgeable, and they're really great. They don't go bad either, which is nice. The thing with like a lot of the natural inks is they tend to get moldy. You know, there's no preservatives in them, but that's what's great about like the vine charcoal. You don't really have to deal with that. I also included turmeric spice in the kits. Foraging isn't necessarily an outside only activity. You can consider foraging from your cabinet, your spice cabinet, the grocery store for things that you can make natural color from. I included turmeric because I like it. I have it in my house and it makes like a really good, rich yellow color. It stains everything. So a little bit goes a long way with that. So let's see. Guess we could get started. What do you guys want to do first? Do you want to do the oak balls or the vine ink or the turmeric? Feel free to speak up or write it in the chat if y'all are interested in something to do first. Okay. We can start with the oak galls because that one takes the longest, honestly. So they're kind of difficult to smash these things. They're really hard. So I like to smash them in a bag. I like to just get like a heavy duty kind of store bag. And I think like the easiest way to just get them smashed is just put them in a bag, get a hammer and just smash them. So smash them right here. Or you want me to do it on the floor? Maybe on the floor, huh? Let's smash these.
Yeah.
You want to do it on the floor? Okay. Okay. So, jump out. Awesome.
I'm wondering, because I'm looking at the Facebook Live,
Uh-huh.
and I want to be sure that, because for some reason, even though I'm in the videos, both of them,
Mm-hmm.
it still just shows you. It doesn't show enough of the process. So
Okay.
maybe disconnect the audio from your computer and then connect the audio to your phone.
Does that work? So my oat ball smash.
It's working for.
Oops. What's that sound? Not muted. Stretch, unmute, speaker view, manage, window. I'm trying to see if. That's weird here. Let me try this out. Let me audio pin rename. Nope. Okay. Maybe could you angle maybe your laptop?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. That
Oh.
works perfect.
There we go. Yay. Cool. Get a good view. I wore my Mount Diablo shirt today. Keep it thematic. So
I'll go ahead and pin your video as well as your phone video.
okay, cool.
And the Facebook Live will still see the process because it's connected to your computer.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna
Are
shift
you,
things
are
over.
you still muted?
No, they could hear me through my phone, right?
That's right, yes.
I'm gonna plug in my electricity.
Can you hear us okay? Let us know in the chat.
I'm gonna transfer these over here. Cool. They can hear us. Yay.
Yay. Okay.
So only a couple oat balls makes a lot of pigment, so I'm just gonna throw it in my pot.
Oh, now it's showing through the phone.
Okay.
That's fine.
Whatever. It's all good. So whenever you're making like natural inks, like purified water, like distilled water is like the best way to go, since tap water, especially in Stockton, it's pretty hard. It's got a lot of minerals, and if you're like really particular about how you want your things to look, then like pure water is like the way to go. So I just do like just enough to like get these wet, a little bit. And I'm gonna turn the heat up. Pretty hot. That'll boil. That'll be a minute. So while that's going, let it go. I could show y'all the vine charcoal. In the packet, I do have directions on how to make these. It's really easy. You do have to be prepared to tend a fire for about an hour when you want to make these. But you can use, I use grapevines. I've used jasmine vines in the past before too. Smells like it's burning. Oh, there's something on there. You can use willow branches as well. Those work really well. A lot of people use willow for like charcoal that you buy at the store. Let me find my spoons. So yeah, this was vine charcoal that I made like I think last year. You can just like crush them up.
Can you bring the little bowl in a little closer to the camera? Yeah, I won't say it's a little bit.
No, it's okay. Okay. So I'm breaking up into little pieces, so I can crush it a little easier. Cool. So you want to make it into like a pretty fine powder. You don't have to work too hard to smash these since they're already really burnt up and crunchy. if you don't have a mortar and pestle, a hammer and a bag's great. Round it around and get all the little bits out. And you can kind of see it like billowing. It's such a fine, like dark powder. It's getting hot over here. So in the kit, I also included a little bit of gum arabic. It says it's a watercolor medium, but sometimes it's also used in like printmaking. And this is like what you use to like bind your pigment material to so it can like stick to your paper better. So get that out. I considered sustainable packaging for all the kits. It's little paper cups. The sustainability matters. It's Earth Week, Earth Month to me, all April. So let's take some of this. Oops, I can't really see it so good. Dump this in here. It's a little bit gritty, but if you're particular, you want it like super fine, you can always sift this out so it doesn't have any chunks when you go and test your swatches out. So I'm gonna just do it as is. And so you can see that my oat balls are boiling. I give them a stir real quick. Let them all get like wet and incorporated into the water. So generally, I let this go till my my liquid is reduced by about half. You can see that the water has become like a really dark brown. It's all the tannins in the oat ball. So I'll let that go for a while. And then back to the charcoal. I'm gonna open up a little bit of this gum arabic. And where'd my water go? I'll just use my drinking water.
It's hot out there.
I know. I should save it for me. I'm gonna just put a little bit of water. And just a little bit of gum arabic too. It's like a couple drops. A few drops. Brush. See if I like this consistency. It's a little bit thick, so I might even put a little bit more of this, a little bit more of both. You can see mine's a bit chunky because I didn't sift out my bigger particles, but okay. We're gonna roll with it. Maybe we want a chunky texture in what we're trying to make, you know? So, I like to use like heavy duty paper whenever I'm testing these out, so it doesn't crinkle up too much on me when I want to actually use these. So it's our vine ink today. Like I said, if you don't want particles, you know, just grind it more, sift them out, and it's a good black. Thank you. The oat ball though, it makes it even deeper black. me check on our pot. Boiling pretty good. So if you ever like are doing this and things aren't coming out as like vibrant as you want them to be, you could just boil it for longer to try and get more of the color out of the natural material. Just let it go for longer. But like I said, this stuff is so like loaded with tannins. It really just, you don't have to work too hard for these ones. Oops. It's hot. I like to crush them up a little bit, break them up, the oat balls. They get really soft after a while and kind of icky. You kind of want to do like a gentle boil, like don't burn these. You can burn these and then it won't make like nice colors, but you know, just like a low, like a medium, like slow boil. And pretty good. So I'm gonna actually take it off the heat and I'm gonna drain these into another container. You know what? Jesus, I'll be really careful.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I swear I brought an oven mitt. This will do. Not this. Maybe use a pot with a handle, but I like this pot. So strain carefully. Let's see. So be careful, it's hot. And it produces like this really dark, like brown liquid. It's like, you can see that it's super pigmented as it is already, but it's not quite ink yet. So we're gonna take some of that. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Just take a little bit. A little bit of gum arabic again. And my brush is dirty.
Would you like a paintbrush?
Yes, I would. Let me borrow one. Okay, so I put a little bit of the gum arabic in there to bind it together. And these make like a really rich, like brown. Let's see. And then I included a little bit of this stuff. It's called ferrous sulfate. They're like iron crystals. And just like a little pinch of this, like turns it super dark. The iron reacts with the tannins. You can like order this on Amazon pretty easily. This large bag wasn't expensive at all. So you just put like a little bit I don't even put a whole teaspoon, just like a pinch does the trick. Mix it around and it just like turns it black. Test it out. And what's crazy about this is it goes on like a little bit light, but then as it oxidizes, it gets darker. So just some of that. All right. And then, let me see. Move this away. The acorn caps, you just process them really similarly to how we did the oat balls.
Make sure when you're showing products, you're also showing under the camera at Eagle as well.
This one. Oh, there we go. This. Let's see. There's our blacks, our oat ball brown, and our vine black. And then let me see. Could do the turmeric next. Let's get another pot. There's a lot of Asian grocery stores in our neighborhood, and you can get bulk spices for like a really expensive in those if you want to make a lot of this. Let's see. I'm going to add about, I'm going to eyeball a tablespoon or so into here. Not a lot. I don't have to do any crushing of any kind with these since it's already ground up. The work's already kind of done for me. Let's see. Throw a little bit of water. Too much. Turn my heat back on. A lot of these things you can make in your own kitchen. I do this all the time when I get bored, like, wonder what that color makes. One time I had some blue kale from the farmer's market, or blue kale, purple kale, and it made blue ink. I thought it would make purple. Tricked me. Let's see. But really, when you know how to like get pigments out of natural materials, your possibilities are like super endless. You could just experiment with everything. That's why I've been like really stuck on this process just for like fun. So I'm gonna let this heat up for a while. Got some stuff in the chat. What was it called again? What were you talking about, Diana? The iron. Oh, it's ferrous sulfate. I'll type it in the chat. There you go. Yeah, they're kind of weird. They look like little green crystals. This one's from Alpha Chemicals. Yeah. Can even show you the crystals too. They're like green, gross crystals, powdery.
Oh, your camera went off.
Oh no. Hang on.
Are you on low battery?
I don't know. No, I'm not on low battery. Let me see. We're waiting for things to boil anyway. Oh, cool. We're back. It's trying to have me like connect to Wi-Fi, but I'm already connected. I don't know. Let's see. What else do I need? I need this is okay to me. So y'all have any like questions or like anything so far? I'm kind of just like waiting for my turmeric to boil. Oh, you know what? I could clean this while we're waiting. Beets are a really good one to do. I didn't want to include any perishable things in this kit. I figured they were going to sit a little bit before everybody got to pick them up, but beets make like a beautiful like red color. Look at my face. When it's blackberry season, I like to go forage for those. Those make like a really rich like reddish color, and they're super like available. Like if there's a levee, best believe there's blackberries growing nearby. Okay. Oh no, it keeps thinking I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. If you're lucky, you could find like wild grapes growing, and those make like a really cool purple. You don't even have to like forage everything. You can go like buy it at the store, go to the farmer's market, try out some berries. Let's see it. See, so we're getting some boiling going on. Turn it up a little bit. Just get it going. Oh, good over there. Oh my God. Let me see. Let it go. I also included in the kits little cups of gloss medium, they're Liquitex, and this is what I use when I want to make whatever I'm making into an acrylic paint to use, because ink doesn't always work for everything that I want to do. I'm always trying to do something different and kind of crazy, so something like a little bit more sturdy. This will be your stuff. You could even get it like matte medium if you don't like gloss. I think that stuff works really great too. Sometimes though, you have to be careful what you end up putting the acrylic medium into. It'll make things like get gummy. Like I was experimenting with the oak gall ink, and I tried to put some of the acrylic medium into it, and it just made it like super like gummy. It was gross. So like, don't use it for that. But it works great with like the turmeric. I've used it with like berries and stuff too. So yeah, it's pretty versatile.
We have a Serena Smith joining us today. Thank you for
Hi.
joining us. We've already created some beautiful colors out of nature.
Welcome in. Yeah, so far we've made ink from vine charcoal. The vine charcoal was also homemade too. They're little sticks. You could just draw with these as they are, or turn them into ink too. You could just collect some vines and put them in a fire inside of a Altoids tin and let it sit for an hour. And you'll end up with these crazy little things. I have a lot. So it looks like this is boiling now. It's getting pretty good. So I'm just gonna strain this into another little container. Carefully. Maybe I'll do it over here. Turn my heat off.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't have to work very hard for the turmeric at all. It's already like super staining and pigmenty. So I use the mesh strainer just so I don't get all the bits in my ink. So I don't always want a gritty ink. I could be a little picky sometimes. And so let's scoot this over a little bit. So it's kind of just the same game again. Take a little bit of this boiled mixture. And I want to use the acrylic medium this time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in, make it the consistency that I like. Mix it together. And it makes like a really nice yellow paint to work with. Let's see. Ooh, look how bright it is. You'll see it. Super bright. And if I want it even more yellow, just throw it all back in, boil it for longer. Could add more turmeric next time, do less water even. You just have to like adjust your ratios to get what you want to get. It involves a lot of experimenting, but it's kind of like mad scientists, like kitchen experimenting. It's fun. So I might even want this like a little bit more like thick. So it just all really depends what you want in the end. Okay. Like my yellows, Davina.
Oh, your yellows look amazing.
Then you could get crazy and like mix them together, like. Ooh.
It smells like nature over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that the turmeric?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it smells lovely.
The other day I tried what was that stuff called? Paprika. That stuff came out really cool. It made like an orange color. Show my princess. So this was with the gloss medium over here. It's kind of like satiny. And then these swatches were all with the gum Arabic. And it's got like a nice little grittiness to it. That's kind of nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
ASMR touching things.
Yes.
And they're super like nice.
That's awesome.
Thank you. So like don't be afraid to like explore your cabinets and see what you can get. I bet cayenne would be really cool too. Matcha is kind of expensive, but you could use matcha and get like a cool green. Spirulina, if you're like a healthy person. Here's like some more examples of things. These were grapes. You could even use minerals. This was from sandstone. These swatches right here. It's kind of gritty because I didn't sift it, but you know, try everything out. Eucalyptus, tamarind. That wasn't so successful, but you know, I tried. Yeah, I've got all sorts of samples. Oh, and if you really want to dive in on this stuff, This book is great. It's called Make Ink by Jason Logan. It's super informative and it's just a really pretty book also. He's got like pretty much all of the methods that I've talked about today in his book also. It's just nice. It's really thorough. All these different examples of things. You get some blues. Let's see. I will type that book in the chat. Let's see. Okay. And I think that's all I've got for y'all today. We were supposed to have a longer workshop, but Yasmin had an emergency she had to attend to.
Yeah.
So
We have. I honestly have learned a lot. I've learned a lot from just watching Tiff. I'll project. I've learned so much from like watching Tiff and all the videos she just made from natural resources. Really, really awesome. Awesome stuff. But thank you so much for participating with us, or whether you had the materials, you're able to get a kit or not, you were just able to watch her fantastic process. Thank you so much, Tiff. Any last minute words before we let everybody go?
yeah, you could totally find everything locally, easily. Keep it sustainable and fun and chill.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Cool.
All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, guys. Stay cool. It's hot out there.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Drink your water, things like that. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye.